I want to emphasize that when you have optimized cell membrane potential, the cell does what the cell is designed to do, and it can take the nutrients and dump the waste a lot more easily. So, you know, sometimes when people think detox, they think, oh, I just need to go on a colon cleanse. Like, no. Well, when we're talking detox, we're talking cellular level. Okay, if we don't detox the body at the cellular level, yeah, sure. I mean, it may be helpful to do a colon cleanse because it clears the pathway, because obviously we have those detoxification pathways. We need to make sure that those pathways are nice and clear. That's true, but it's not a detox that we're talking about here in this session and on the summit is not about just doing a quick colon cleanse. It's so much more than that. And so it has to happen at the cellular level. And so when we optimize the cell function in the way that I've just described, we can definitely optimize cellular detoxification already. But also when we correct the frequency of those detoxification organs, because the liver is obviously very important, but, you know, what about lungs? You know, what about the gut? What about, you know, we've got so many things that are also you know, the gallbladder, everything is important here to optimize the frequency of, because if you just optimize the liver, then you're still going to be falling short. But we can, again, use those specific frequencies to correct the functions of all of those different organs that are, you know, detoxification organs and even immune system organs, because obviously inflammation is going to go hand in hand with a toxic body, right? So then also what we can do with bioresonance, I said at the beginning that pathogens have specific frequencies also. So we can actually act on those specific pathogens. Let's say we know that we have parasites and we know that parasites can harbor heavy metals, for instance, right? So we can target those specific pathogens. And that way, again, we kind of, again, those protocols, people do need to be aware that you can't just like start bombarding the body randomly with frequencies, because if you are very toxic, you're probably going to have quite a lot of severe detox reactions. But if you do it in a methodical way and if you do it sensibly, then absolutely this is absolutely massive. It's a game changer. Then, of course, what we also can do, which often people don't mention that when talking about bioresonance, we can definitely act on meridians. So it's almost like acupuncture without needles, like acupuncture with frequencies, right? Because we can make sure that we improve energy flow through the different meridians, and that we will also help the body in terms of the whole process of functioning and detoxification. And then also we can balance the energy flow through the chakras too. And then what we also can do is we can act on brain waves and correct the neurochemistry through acting on the brain. And that means that we're getting the autonomic nervous system more balanced. And so if we can do that, then we can make sure that the vagus nerve, which is the rest, digest, and detoxify and heal part of the autonomic nervous system, the ventral vagus nerve, is actually responsible. It's a major component of the gut-brain axis that actually put brakes on chronic inflammation and also innervates detox organs. So it innervates the liver and gallbladder, for instance, right? So by acting on the brain oscillations, we can sort of almost like indirectly, but it's a very important thing to do, is through regulating the autonomic nervous system, we can have that added effect where we can make sure that the innervation of the liver and gallbladder is not stopping those organs from working properly. So there's actually a lot of different ways. In a way, it's not just one way, it's collectively. It's quite neat how we can bring it all together, because again, we always thinking about the body as a system and not just like we're just going to fix this one bit or fix that one bit. Sometimes it really serves us to take a little bit of a step back and think sort of more broadly about things. And certainly when we correcting the frequencies, the biofield disruptions and imbalances, and then we correct the autonomic nervous system dysfunction, that goes a long, long way to pretty much healing, well, anything really, because it's so fundamental. It works at such a fundamental level.